everybody, and welcome back to Farm Sim 25, and welcome back to our Calmlands Survival Challenge, where we started from scratch with nothing but a truck, a house, and a backyard garden. And today, we are going to be mowing our grass again. You guys know we got that big old grass field up there, so we got to get that mowing. We are going to kick off our hay production as well. So we need to get that started. And then I want to check on our wheat field over here as well. Make sure that our wheat is doing well. So let's run over to the field, check on it real quick. And then we will check and get on the mower. Or I don't know if I should get on the mower or if I should just have the AI mow while I use the forage wagon to pick it up. That makes the most sense. Also, I should probably... turn that on. There we go. Alright, so pH value is bad on the edges, as you might expect. But out in the field, pH looks good. Nitrogen looks great. A little bit high, actually. But should be good. Everything else should be solid. We're looking at 87% expected yield currently. Needs rolled. Let me double check the map here. You can see we are a little bit high on nitrogen levels. And very high up here. Not ideal. Alright, well, we have an 87 environmental score, so that's good. You can see that our biggest issue is weed control and nitrogen. Or, sorry, pH. So, yeah. One of the biggest issues that we have is this field right here, our grass field. When we put lime down, we have made a mess of this field. So we kind of have to let the nitrogen or the pH of the soil come back. It's a bit crazy. And there's nothing to add to the game to make the ground more acidic. But we have some grass in this area here. I do want to try to get rid of that. If we can. Because we are going to be starting to put more grass in than we can actually produce before the next cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start the hay drying process. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. We are going to store the hay because we are going to be using the hay as our TMR mix. If you guys remember, one of our goals for this series is to make a giant cattle farm. And one of the ways we make a cattle farm is we're going to need TMR, total mixed ration. And the way we make TMR, one of the recipes for TMR is hay and silage. So we're going to start making our hay now. And then we will also end up with a situation where we have our silage as well. But you can see we are still storing the straw as well. The straw is going to come in handy when it comes for bedding and stuff like that for our animals. But for now, it's time. Let's get over here. We'll get on the mower. We'll get it started. I think I am going to have the AI do the mowing. And then I will just follow along in the forage wagon. Alright. AI should be good. Okay, it didn't work the first time. There we go. Just sitting here just watching. Okay, she's off. Let's get our Deutz-Fahr hooked up to the forage wagon, and we will follow along and pick up any grass that they may put down. Now we know that's a 7 meter working width. So we will set up ours for the 7 meters. get this party started. Why did it... I swear I hit the button. To drop the pickup. Oh, I know what's I know what's going on. We gotta drop the thing. Pickup was too high. There we go. Now we're good. Remember, we put that little attachment onto the back that helps us for pulling the cultivator, or pulling our planter. And it apparently was too high. That just lets the AI get a little bit further ahead of us while we mosey along.
Sold that silence, watched the money climb. Every load I'd done was one more dime. Went shopping proud, bank account thin, but I drove off smiling in my new best friend. She ain't much to look at, paint's a little worn, but the soul of that Dodge is turbo born. 230 horses under steel and steam. That aggro star hums like a power dream. Turbo diesel dreams, climbing high with ease. No more stalling out, just cutting through the trees. I gave it all, now I ride supreme, making hay, slinging grass, living that turbo diesel dream. Let the Volvo mow, she's earned her keep, while I pull the wagon where the hills run steep. No more backing down, no more second tries, just rubber on dirt and clear blue sky. Cut the time down clean, just one good hour, from fighting the slope to raw diesel power. Filled the silo with a growling grin. That field didn't stand a chance, I win. Turbo diesel dreams, fueled by sweat and hope. Now I ride the ridge where I used to mope. The climb ain't gone, but I've got the means to crush them hills with my turbo diesel dreams. She's loud, she's rough, but she pulls like a freight train on fire. And that is all I ever wanted.
Oh, brother. We managed to goof up, y'all. So, the AI apparently didn't mind running out of fuel. But, I do. I can't actually start my tractor. Oh, no! Emergency! Alright, we're going to have to get a fuel trailer of some kind. So, let's see what we can do. So, there are some vehicles that have the ability to be, like, fuel trucks, I think. This is what we currently have. I know that's not it. I can't remember. Maybe it's the Silverado? Maybe, or the Super Duty? Nope, never mind. If we go to customize, yeah, see, it only has the Super Duty bed here. I go in here. We've got different attachers. We do have a fuel transfer tank we could do with a Super Duty, but we'd have to buy the Super Duty, which is kind of expensive. Conversely, I guess we could just get a trailer, because I'm pretty sure there is a fuel trailer right there. How much is this? $29,000. Man, I can almost buy that truck, but this is the cheaper way to go, so it makes sense. In terms of overall color, I guess the rim color is the only thing that you can change, so I guess this is what we're going with. It can hold 3,750 liters of fuel. So let's go ahead and buy that. Let's shut this one down. Jump in the old truck. Let's go pick up our new trailer. Yeah, so we managed to get everything done, other than the last little bit there. But I'm starting to get to that point where it's taking a long time, even with the equipment we have being pretty decent. It's taking a long time to get stuff done. And if we want to get better or larger, we're going to need to improve that efficiency. Meaning we're going to have to start looking into buying some new equipment. But before we do that, our next big purchase that we're looking for, we're going to need a grain silo for storing our wheat. As I remember correctly, we do have wheat that's going to be needed. We also have a trailer full of oats that we need to sell off in whenever they're ready to go. It's currently November. I'll check and see where we're at. It looks like there's a fuel station right there. Let's go over here and fill up. Over here, duckies. Alright, that took a little bit too long if you ask me. I think they need to work on the fuel transfer rate. It's ridiculous. We'll get this tank back down to the farm. I'm sure we'll be able to use it more during the future, in case we ever forget to fill up our tractors and stuff before we take them out of the yard. Now we have a way to take the fuel to the tractor. I don't know where I'm going. Tractors are over there. It says dump diesel. I'm assuming that means fill up my tractor up. There we go. fire it up. Thankfully, the diesel pump didn't get too difficult to fire back up. If you guys ever run out of diesel fuel in a vehicle before, sometimes them old mechanical fuel pumps on the diesel, they lose their prime, and they can be an absolute pain in the backside to get to reprime. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then count yourself lucky. We'll get this down here. We'll hook it up to the fertilizer spreader. Probably ought to look into some sort of maintenance facility as well, so that we can start to maintain our mower and stuff if we're going to keep it around. How did I manage to be so off? Go ahead and grab what we got. I don't know if that'll be enough, but we're just going to go ahead and start it anyway. Get the AI working on this while I finish grabbing that little bit off the field. We'll get the truck out of the way. There's a lot of stuff that we got to start looking for. We need to get a silo for our grain storage. We've got to get a equipment storage building at some point because we're running out of room to put things. We do have another chunk of our land that we have yet to utilize, for those of you guys who've been paying attention. Let's put this right next to the old garden here. Just set this here for now. Boy, it's out of the way. Go forward, pick up the last little bit of grass, take this back down, dump it. So we should be producing hay, we should be producing silage still. Now we are still selling our silage because that's currently our, well, that and our garden is really our only form of income. We will go ahead and put some more seeds and fertilizer in the big garden because I feel like we're getting low there. While we're waiting for the AI to finish putting some fertilizer down. But yeah, we should be pulling off somewhere in the 850 to 900,000 liters every single cut now. So that's good news. Is there anything else that I need? I don't think so. I think we can just leave this forage trailer here. We are going to need to jump back in the truck, hook up to the trailer, grab some seeds and fertilizer. So do that real quick. Get one load of seed and fertilizer for the big one. The little one's still fine. Again, I put quite a bit into that little one right at the beginning of the playthrough before we started. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Alright, so we are going to need fertilizer. We usually just do one trailer load of each. And of course our water pump keeps everything watered, so we don't have to worry about that. some seed. Shut her down. All right, let's check on our situation. So we are currently putting down fertilizer. So we want to look at the nitrogen levels. And you can see the nitrogen is looking pretty solid, if not a little bit high. So maybe we didn't need to put nitrogen down. But there are some parts of the field that need it, some parts that don't. But yeah, as far as pH goes, we're getting closer to being back to somewhat normal. But we got to wait for our pH to come back up before we think about putting lime back on the field anytime soon. Overall, though, I feel pretty good about how we're doing. We've got a 99% over here and 85% over here. And like I said, the pH is what's killing us in this field. Now, this part of the land over here, we haven't even utilized yet. I was kind of saving this side for when we actually buy like another tile or two. Then we can do a little bit more with over here. But we do have a little bit of land here, so if we need to put like a yard or anything over here, we can absolutely do that. Which may end up being the case. Like, I don't mind having our grain storage and silos and stuff over here for the what do you call them? The silage storage and grain storage. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't mind having them over here. I do want to work on this though. Like, this is driving me crazy. Let me fix this real quick. One thing that's been driving me crazy is every time I come over here, this ground is so awkward. That would have been a disaster. But yeah, we're gonna smooth this area right here as best we can. Because apparently we didn't do that. Let's go one more here. Alright. The other thing we can go ahead and do is put in a road. So let's get to our painting. Let's get some gravel. It really wants me to sell on accident, doesn't it? Alright, so if we're coming in here, I figure... Let's go with something like this, maybe? Yeah, it seems about right. Just bring this down over here. There we go. Do the same thing on this side. There we go. Gives us a little bit of a road to come in and out of. Also helps me identify if there's any more lumps. I think we got rid of the lumps, so that'll be good for us. We're doing okay in terms of spreading fertilizer. Look one more time here at our overall soil nitrogen levels. I think that's going to be okay. You can see starting on that hill is not ideal. Alright. That should go pretty well. Overall, I think we could do a little bit of fertilizer here on this down slope. And then a little bit more right here on this front section. Perfect. Alright, that should do. Again, it's just grass. It doesn't have to be perfect. We are getting quite a bit of yield off the field, so I'm not too worried about it. We are going to go ahead and buy some more fertilizer for this thing. $10,000 liters ought to be plenty. We'll just park this over here for now. All right. Let's go ahead and go forward. We've got everything done. Like I said, we've got water. We've got our greenhouses taken care of. The field has been re-fertilized after the cut. Everything should be good. So let's go forward another month here. Actually, before we do that, let me check when is the best time to sell our oats. I don't sell them very often, so I gotta... Okay, so next month. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. Go ahead and sell off our oats. All right, got $51,000 in the bank currently. Hoping that we get a decent amount of money out of this. Let's go ahead and jump in the Deutz-Fahr. Pick up our trailer full of oats and get them taken over to sell them off. Not going to be a lot of money, but it should be a decent little chunk. I didn't look, but I'm assuming that the only place that you can sell them is over at the farmer's market. Actually, the grain silos. Where in the world is the grain silos? I've never actually been there. Oh, all the way at the top of the map. Go figure. Alright, well, it looks like we're going for a ride today, y'all. Pick the tongue of the trailer up a little bit. Feel like it's a little low. Look at that little pond, man. You can really tell how much fuel we go through now. I've got the fuel usage all the way up on this, so we go through a lot of fuel. But I feel like that's pretty more, it's a little bit more realistic. I shouldn't be able to run a giant diesel tractor up and down hills and doing all this work and not have to fill it up for months on end. You know what I mean? Just drive straight over. But I'm loving this map. I really am. These hills do make a challenge. The amount of horsepower required to do basic stuff is crazy. But I like it. I also like how open it is, so it allows us to kind of set in our own fields and stuff. Which you guys know I enjoy. Okay, so apparently we sell off our grain. Well, one of the places we sell it is up here by where we get our equipment. I did not know that. Now we do. I guess it makes sense because, I mean, we drive past those silos every time and never really registered to me. Oh no! I tried to squeeze in through the gap and I may have just screwed us. Come on, little tractor, you got this. Pull! Knew you could do it. Yeah, these are hiding back here in the back. Assuming I just come in here, right? Make sure that we get paid. I mean, $39,630 for our oat harvest. Not too shabby. It's not a lot of money, but it's not a big field. So we'll take that. This thing back down to the house. You can already see our grass field looking pretty nice over there. It's crazy how you can see it from so far away. Like that green just stands out. And then of course we got the wheat down there in the bottom. You can see it as well. Can't see the house, can't see any of the buildings, but you can see that beautiful like texture difference between having like grass and wheat on the thing, other than this like brownish grass, the meadow. But that should be all we need to do for the next couple of months, because we can't cut the grass anytime soon. We harvest the wheat, I believe, next June. We'll have to look. It's April or June, I think. When do we harvest the wheat? We plant it in September. We harvest in, yeah, July. So yeah, we've got a few months worth of just sitting around collecting money, which is my favorite kind of farming. I like that. I like being able to just sit at home and watch some TV and earn that money while our grass turns into silage and silage gets sold off and our hay gets created. And we're selling off our produce. The farmers market sends their people around every day or every month to come by and collect all the stuff that we've produced from our greenhouses. Pretty nice. Definitely convenient. And shut her down. Anything in the shop that we could look at? Ooh, hello McCormick. That's like the next level of tractor that we would be able to buy too. $159,000, 42% off. I mean, we don't have the money for it, so it's kind of silly to even think about. But hear me out. What is the value? Okay, if we need $159,000 in the bank to buy this, we currently have 91. What is the value of our other tractor? It's about 100 grand, isn't it? I don't know how much we'll get out of it. Let me look at vehicles. If we sold our Deutzfahr, this thing is 230 horsepower. It's got a value of 63,000. I mean, that puts us pretty close. And that's without fixing it up. What's the other tractor worth? Our little Volvo. 21,000. So definitely not enough there if we sold it off. If we fix up the Deutzfahr and sell it off, that's going to raise that value. And then we should have enough to buy that tractor. Now let's just look at the... I'm in the wrong thing. It starts out at 264 horsepower. That is 34 horsepower more than we currently have. And it can be upgraded to 310 horsepower. I mean, this just feels like it's supposed to happen. Like this is our next tractor. Has to be. Deutzfahr, you've been a good little turbo diesel dreaming, but you gotta go. Let me go to here. I think we're trading in our Deutzfahr. Let's reset the vehicle. The little whatchamacallit will be behind it too. We'll go ahead and get rid of that because I don't think we'll need it. Let's just sell it. It's only $100. We lose $6. But yeah, let's jump in the Deutzfahr. We are going to repair and repaint this, and then we'll sell it off, and hopefully that'll leave us with enough money in the bank to get the new McCormick. All right, so repairing is less than 1,000. Repainting is a boatload of money. But now, if we sell it, we're going to make $84,971, which takes us up to $161,891, which is just enough to buy our McCormick X8. And buy our McCormick X8 we will. Now, obviously, we can't put the big motor in there, but if we keep it the way it is, I don't think there's really anything else that we need to do with this. We could change the color if it doesn't cost us. Oh, it already comes with the Pro Compact, too. I didn't even think about that. Thank God. So this already has the Isaria Pro Compact, the crop sensor, already on it, which saves us about 15 grand. That is huge. All right, let's swap our color here. Let's go with the special color. Is that going to get us... It doesn't cost us anything. Or it absolutely does cost us. Holy crap. Never mind. Never mind. We keep it the way it is. We can't afford it. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and buy this as is. It is a big investment, but more horsepower than we currently have. Should have no trouble pulling the new planter without jankness, right? I know that this tractor is a good one because I used this with Jess on our multiplayer challenge. So this is just a good overall purchase, I think. I'm talking myself into it. Let's go. Let's just do it. It's a lot of money. But we got us a new to us tractor. Look at that thing, man. It's a beast. Oh, buddy. I'm excited. Let's get in and fire this thing up. Let's look around the cab first. Look how nice the interior is here. You got some buttons, but it's not overwhelming, the amount of buttons, you know? You got a nice little touch screen there. Got a little bit of a sunroof if you want to use it. I like this. I like the inside of this thing, man. This thing's pretty nice. All right, let's fire her up. You ready to hear this thing come to life for the first time? She runs smooth. Ain't nothing too crazy. Well, listen to that thing roll, man. Also, we got beacons. We don't need them, but we have them. Look at that, y'all. I did not have this on my calendar to grab this year, but hey, if I see a good deal, I'm going to try to take the good deal. It's a faster tractor, has more horsepower, and we're not going to have to worry about like using jank in order to be able to plant at a reasonable speed with our new planter. So overall, I think this was a perfect investment time. Is there better tractors out there potentially? Sure. But this is what we were able to get for on the cheap. And this is a base game tractor too, I think. Kind of want to park it next to our little Volvo just to showcase the difference in the size. Hello, little Volvo. Meet your new friend. Unexpected deal, but one that I am not disappointed in. We'll take it. It's funny because the perspective changes so much. Like if I go to this side, it kind of makes this thing look about as big as that one. But if I go to this side, it dwarfs the other one. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, we're a little bit bigger. Main thing is we got more horsepower. And we have more utility with the front PTO. Of course, the Deutzfahr had that as well. Never really used it, but it's good to have it. More utility out of your tractors is never a bad thing. And on that bombshell, I think that is where we're going to call the episode. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are enjoying the series. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.